What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Shipped Across the Border. My name's Max. I'm here with Chris. And today we have on the oldest player we've ever had on the podcast. If y'all thought Oscar was old, we'll introduce you to that in a minute. Just wait until you hear this. We got Uncle Jake the Sniper. What's up, Jake?
Yep. What's good? I'm Jake.
Watch me, my finger, lost into my singing. Heart like New Orleans and cars be cool and G's.
It's like croutons in a soup.
Don't turn down any opportunity, whether it's a camp, a clinic, because you never know literally who's watching.
Make your own decision and stick with them and know they're the right decisions, right? And even if they aren't right, don't regret them.
He didn't know creatine existed. So he got some creatine. He's like, oh yeah, lift heavyweight. Shipped across the border. I shipped across the border.
Shipped across the border, man.
Welcome back to Shipped Across the Border.
So, we kind of want to just get right into it.
Well, first, now you said that, how old are you?
25 and be 26 in like 3 months.
All right.
So we had a teammate at Midura last year that was 24, but he had a 4-year German engineering degree, and then decided to come to America to play basketball. He's like 6'6", like.
So he's just wicked smart or something. He's like, yeah, I can play basketball too.
And
He was dumb athletic too.
and just have that type of experience. But I feel that's very, very different than kind of like the experience that you had in being, because he was technically in his 6th or 7th year of college. Like you're a sophomore.
Yeah, second year.
And from what I understand, you had a hell of a fucking high school career.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
So talk a little bit of high school, and then we'll kind of get into the story and.
At high school, I mean, I played basketball since I was a kid, since I was like 4 years old. You know, my dad was a big coach of mine, taught me everything I knew. My dad passed away. My dad passed away when I was 14. That was a big drive in basketball for me. Like, he passed away, I was like, at the time, I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to play D1. I'm going to play college basketball somewhere. Like, that's what he would want. So my dad put like a good work ethic in me when I was young. So high school, it paid off. Like, I was averaging, I didn't go 25 points a game or nothing, but, I was good.
You had, 1,500 points?
Yeah, 1,400 points about, like, had a good high school career. We played some of the best competition in the state in Massachusetts at the time. Like, it was a good high school career.
You and Chev.
Yeah, me and my boy Chev. Shout out Chev. We were, it was fun. It was a good time. We had good teams. My junior year, we made it to Western Mass semifinals, which was really good at the time. When I don't think Chicopee been to the Western Mass finals since like the 60s. So it was like a good thing for us.
And you're playing against big schools too. Right?
Yeah, the best school in the state was Putnam Academy at the time, and they had dudes. Ty Nichols plays pro in Czech Republic. They had my boy Tyon, who had offers from UMass in 8th grade. Like, they were good teams, and we played them. We gave them a run most of the times, and it was fun. I mean, my senior year we got bounced, and the first round we got upset. We were 2nd seed. We got bounced, and that was tough. That broke me a lot because you train so hard. I thought we were gonna win like states at this time point. Like, I was in like the best shape of my life. We looked great. The whole team looked good. We had all the pieces. We get bounced by a really good team who had a lot of good guys too. Adams School, Pope Francis. Before he went there, obviously he's a young guy. But we got bounced, and then high school was good. I mean, it was a lot. And then when I was going out of high school, the only reason I didn't go to college right away is I didn't have the money. My mom, like I said, my father passed away. My mom wasn't very good financially. She didn't work or anything. My dad was the breadwinner. I didn't have enough, bread. So I was like, let's take a year off. I'll keep training. And I did. I kept training hard. I was like, I'll wait until, I can get my money up. Then you start working, and then you got bills coming, and you're like, I got to keep working a little bit more. And then basketball, I was like, school will come. I can always go back when I'm in good shape. I'll go back. Just started going, getting worse. Like, you know what I mean? Getting in worse shape. Like, just not, like, living life. Now I was moved on from basketball, I felt like. For sure. Like, 4 years ago, too, oh, man, I was done. I told myself, I was like, I'll probably never play basketball, like, again. Even in men's leagues, I was like, I'm just all set. Don't want to get hurt. Don't want to do this to my body. But, it's kind of cool how life works out in South Hall. And Jason, Coach P, pulled me out the woodworks, man. They called me one day. It was mad funny. They're like, he emailed me on Facebook, and I didn't answer him. I was like, I don't know what this Coach P or he's like, hey, I'm Coach Jason. I was like, I'm not talking to this guy. Like, I don't need to play basketball. And then my high school coach, my buddy's mom passed away. We meet at the funeral. I'm hanging out with my high school coach, and man, he's like, oh yeah, you gotta come play basketball at Elms. They want you to come play at Elms. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm like joking when I'm like, you being serious? At that time I weighed about like 260 pounds. So I was like, I'm not playing basketball.
Put on a lot of weight after.
Oh, I didn't work out anymore. I just stopped working out. I kind of gave up. I had a long-term relationship, so I was like, you just kind of locked in for a little bit, and getting off topic. High school was good. I played. My bad. Let me get a. I'm not.
Good.
I'm a podcast. Not a podcast guy. Look at me. All right, I'm a conversation guy. But
you're good, bro. It's just a conversation. Anything that you say you don't want me.
Nah, but we'll go back to the high school. In high school, I had a lot of good experiences with AAU basketball. I played for the best AAU teams in Massachusetts. I played for all 4 of them now. Played for Expressions, the Spartans, the Rivals, and then I finished with BABC, which I got to play with guys like Bruce Brown, like dudes
They
like.
were your teammates.
Yeah, those were my teammates.
Bruce Brown and you.
We was my teammate. Yeah, my junior year in high school, he played on the team with I played with him. He didn't play with me. I played with him because I sat the bench. They would put me in. I hit like 3. I go hit like 3 threes. They're like, "Oh, you did your job," and they pull me right out. It was like 5 minutes. They were like, "Yo, you can shoot whatever you want to shoot. Just shoot it." And I'd go and shoot like 6 fucking threes as fast as possible, and they'd be like, all right. I'd be like, then I'd run back out.
It sounds like your fucking dream job, bro.
Yeah. You would think it was kind of hard because like I knew I was good enough to play with those guys and play with all their pro guys, so I kind of humbled me a little bit because I was like, maybe I'm not like who I thought I was. I had friends playing back home, playing for like the local
Where's
teams.
Home?
Oh,
Like
here, Chicopee,
yeah,
Western Mass, yeah. Because I was going to Boston on a bus every weekend,
On the Greyhound?
on the Greyhound, like 3.
I went on that Greyhound.
Dude, the Greyhound was
My girlfriend, like, when she came to stay with me like 2 weeks ago.
Dude, the Greyhound is something else. I would take the Greyhound.
Some whack shit.
They would pay, the bus, like the air would be broken. It'd be 105. You're sitting next to 3 people. They're all sweating on each other. Disgusting.
Dude, getting here, I dig a fucking Greyhound. The amount of shit that I went through on that fucking Greyhound bus. I took one down to New York and then up to here. And when I got on the on the bus, I was looking at my ticket and I was going down the thing and it said like 9A and I was like 7A. 8A. And I looked at my seat and there was a mother with her child. And I'm like, I'm not about to kick a. And then it's just. It was just a fuck fest.
Nah, man, the Greyhound is something else. It's that's another like humbling experience. Like, I would drive 3 hours to go to practice for 2.5 hours, then get back on the Greyhound and go back home. And they would pay for it. I never paid. I didn't have any money at all. I was broke. My mom was broke. Like, we had no money at all. And they would pay for me to go back and forth on this Greyhound bus. It was tiring, 3 days a week you get out of school, hop right on a bus. I was like,
100%.
Nah, dude. I was like, I want to hang out with my friends and play basketball at the park rather than take 3 hours to. I'm not saying I wouldn't play in practice, but like there was a serious practice. Like they were playing their top 7 guys only. Like it's not like Elms were rotating. They're like, nah, these 7 guys, and they're throwing in like the practice guys, which was, I wasn't a practice guy, but I was one. Like that's what it felt like when you're playing with guys like Bruce Brown and all these pro dudes. Like. You're not.
Do you have any contact with any of those guys now?
Oh, nah, dude. That was so long. I wish I stayed in contact. There's another kid I played with, Cole Swider, who was really cool. He was really nice to me when we played. He plays for the Heat now. But he was really good, too. He went to Villanova and to Syracuse.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wish I stayed in contact with a lot of those guys. They were mad. It's honestly crazy, too, because you don't know someone's going to be a pro basketball player. Like, for sure. Bruce Brown, he looked like it. You thought, but you don't ever know how it pans out. And, like he was just such like a nice, humble guy. Even now, I guarantee he's probably the same person he was. He's just a nice, humble guy. They treated me so nice. Even though I was the 7th, 8th guy, 9th guy sometimes, they'd be like, once I got in, let's go, that's my shooter, like going crazy. They would always be so nice. It was a good feeling.
That's awesome, for sure.
Did you have any, so I've heard that you had a lot of like recruitment coming out of high school.
Oh yeah, I had a few like.
If you had a full ride offer, you would have gone to school.
Oh yeah, 100%. The only reason I was
just you didn't have any full ride.
Yeah, I had like a lot of teams we play in the GNAC. Almost every team I could have went to and out of high school, and obviously like I thought I was good enough to play Division II. It was more my grades and other stuff like that. I wish I kind of like now looking back, I wish I really stepped on the gas in school because I could have went D1. I had like, when I was a freshman, Cornell, like Ivy League schools were reaching out to my school trying to, you know, see like what my grades are, like who I am as a person, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't have the grades to play at Cornell, obviously, like Cornell's Ivy League and you know, whatever. I wish I kept my grades up for like those reasons, but yeah, I had like I said, all the GNAC schools I could have played for, and then I had a walk-on offer at Assumption, which is Division II. AIC was recruiting me for a while, and that kind of fell off. My senior year, I was just reckless. I played basketball reckless, like trying to score like 50 points a game. I would shoot so many threes, it was just stupid. But yeah, I had a lot of recruitment, and then I was going to go to St. Joseph's in Maine because I love Maine. Maine's just like, that's my favorite place to go. Like, the state is amazing. All that, like, whatever. I was going to go there. We play them, too, this year. It's funny. I don't think we go out there, which thing. It's a long drive, but the campus is so nice. It's beautiful. Whatever. I was going to go there, and they gave me as much money as they possibly could. Like, for Division III, obviously, you don't get scholarships.
Yeah.
They gave me as much money as they possibly could. And it was like $10,000 or $11,000.
Still a lot of money.
Yeah, and it was at the time, especially, and like I couldn't get a loan I was only 17, 18 at the time, and I couldn't get a loan, and I didn't want to get a loan on myself because I was young. I was like, I don't want to do this, and banks wouldn't give me a loan because I had nothing. And my mom's credit was like non-existent, so like I couldn't be like, hey mom, can you sign this loan? They'd be like, oh, hell no, you guys are going to have to pay me now. Like, what are you talking about? And none of my family would sign a loan. It was kind of messed up. A lot of my family didn't believe in me not because of school, but they didn't think basketball was like they just should go to school.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, which is understandable, like, to a certain point. Like, but like, an 18-year-old kid I'm traveling every day to Boston to play basketball. Like, you don't think I'm taking this serious? Like, you don't think I want to play? And no one would sign a loan for me. So like St. Joe's of Maine, that was where I was gonna go, and it was at the time they were really, really good. They were like winning. I think they were winning. It was before they were in GNAC. They were winning a lot. They were good, and I was really excited. And the coach was excited for me to go. Just couldn't get the loan through. So then I was like, oh, all right, I'll just go to prep school for a year after high school, and I was gonna go to Commonwealth Academy, which is you guys. Commonwealth is they're still around, but they were coached by this guy named Tony Bergeron. He coached like John Wall, Tyreek Evans, all these pro guys, and he opened this school in Springfield at the old McDuffie, which is like it got torn through in a tornado. A tornado came through Western Mass like 2012 or something like that, 2011, ripped through this whole campus, so it's all fucked up. But he just opened the school and it was going to be an elite basketball school, and it was. They had Omari Spellman. What's another guy? They had a bunch of dudes, even dudes that I played with in AAU went there, and they played. They went to Springfield College. They played pro basketball now, all this stuff, whatever. So I was gonna go there, and that was like, he told me he was gonna turn me into JJ Redick. He was like, I'm gonna turn you into fucking JJ Redick. He's like, you understand what I'm talking about? I was like, yeah, I guess. I was like, I don't want to be like JJ Redick. But now looking back, I'm like, I wish I was JJ Redick. What the hell? Like, so I don't know. He was mad cool to me, but my grandparents wouldn't let me go because of the way the school looked, and it cost a decent amount of mone. He was going to give me a scholarship, and it was going to be, again, like 5 G's probably to go. But no one wanted to throw out 5 G's so I could go, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it is what it is. That one hurt because I knew if I went to that school, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I would have been Division I, Division II, playing high-level basketball for the rest of my life. Like, the way this guy trained, like I said, he trained Tyreek Evans, John Wall. The way this guy trained, I would go from high school practice to his practices, and he would do like circuits, like NBA circuits of working out. Never been more tired in my life. I like blacked out there before, like why working out was so like you're just so tired, and then like you come to and you're like still in the drill doing like push-ups. You're like, I don't even know how I got here. Like, he's like, yo, run the step ladder. You're doing like the thing, and I'm like, I can't breathe, I can't see. Like looking at the guys around me, and they're like, they're sweating. They're not, or not. Some of them aren't even sweating, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys do this every day. I'm like, I'm out of shape compared to these dudes. But I was excited because I was like, that's where I'm gonna be. 3-4 years. Like, I'm gonna be elite basketball. Like, and no matter where it is, like playing with this guy, he was good. So yeah, that really kind of stunk because that was my big break. I was like, God, this guy's the man. Like, everyone around here, everyone knows Tony Bergeron. He's a legend. He still is a legend. But yeah, that one really hurt because I was like, yeah, that was the chance. That was my last chance. And then after that, that's when I was like, oh, I'll take the year off of college. and then I'll go back. I'll work, and I'll go back. Never.
What did you work as?
I did everything. I worked at Arby's for a while after high school.
Jake from Arby's.
Yeah. And then I was worked at this factory for like a year and a half with some crazy people. Like
Do you have some stories? Anything you can say?
Yeah, I won't say his name, but shout out Jerry, I love you. But nah, he was this guy. He was mad cool. I still talk to him to this day. He's really cool. He's a really nice guy. He's worked there for like 4 years. I think at that time, well, now he's worked there for like 5 or 6 years. At the time, he was new too. Mm-hmm. So I was new and I was young, and I didn't have a lot of young guys in factories. Like no young guy wants to go throw his body away in a factory. So I'm working with this guy Jerry. They pull me in. It's a clean room, so it's like ventilated to a certain way. You have to wear scrubs, and you're cutting like, it's not medical supplies, but they use it. Think of like a Clorox wipe. It's like as big as this table, basically. You know, so it's a big thing. You had to cut it every day, like cut it with a knife this big, you know, passing it back and forth. So you had to trust your partner. And I get partner up with Jerry. And this guy Jerry, he's, you know, he, like I said, he's the nicest dude in the world. Like, he would give you the shirt off his back. He offered multiple times, like, I'd be like, oh, you know, I'm wearing the wrong clothes. He'd be like, I have clothes in my locker. I'd be like, thanks, Jerry, but you sweat like crazy. And whatever, he was such a nice guy. And I had to pass this thing with him. And he used to always say he was super tired. I don't know if he was super tired, if he had some other extracurricular activities going on. But this guy would be sitting there, he'd pass him the knife. He'd be like, Jerry. And he'd be like, oh, what's up? Like, you know, here, take the knife. And I'd slide it across the table to him. And he would like, I'd be nervous I'm going to cut his fingers off. Because it's like I'm saying, it's a 10-inch knife. I'm passing it to this guy. And like, whatever. He'd be like half asleep. Then he's passing it back to me. And he's like, you have to cut like a straight line. It's a straight line. They don't want him to look. This guy's like zigzagging the lines. I'm like, yo, Jerry. And he's like, what's up? Yeah, passing it to me, and I'm like, bro, I'm not like, please don't cut my fingers off, please. Like, I'd rather anything like cut the thing is horrible. Like, he'd be like closing his eyes, just passing it to me. Like, sometimes he'd go all the way through, like lean all the way over, and I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? Be careful. Like, I'm not trying to lose. Like, whatever. It was so funny, and like people always notice it, but he was such a good worker. You know, that's how factories are. Once you got like the guy can do his job, but I don't know what he was on. But yeah, I did that for like a year and a half, and that sucked. That was like lifting like 30, 40 pounds, like 100, 150 times a day. Like, you know, like just different. And some of the stuff was heavier, some of the stuff was lighter, but like just the same thing, picking it up, dropping it. My back would like, I pinched a nerve in my back doing it. Like, it was bad. That's like when I really stopped playing basketball, was after that. I pinched a nerve, went into a men's league game. I thought I was good, went for like a floater, and I pinched the nerve again. And I just couldn't walk for like
double pinch.
I was out. Yeah, I was out. It was a double pinch. I was out, dude. I was out for a long time. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with basketball. I'm done like with the factory work. So then I went and worked at a dispensary for a while. Like, I worked there for like 2.5 years. Me and my little brother actually got me the job. He was working there, and so he got me the job there, and we worked there together for, you know, like till I came to Elms for like the last 2.5 years. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So
what made you? So you're in like the work, you're doing all this crazy factory shit. What made you actually decide to come back to basketball?
Well, it was I met with Southall and Coach P after. So my little brother has passed away now too. He passed away in 2021, and that, like, you know, that fucks a person up. I was fucked up after that for a while, and I was going through a lot of bad like times, you know, doing stuff I shouldn't be doing, just whatever. And I kind of started to come to like a realization. I was like, what am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting at home and I'm sad every day. You know, at the time I had a really shitty girlfriend. Like, we were just always arguing, always fighting. I was like, what am I doing? This is not what I want to be. I'm not happy. You know what I mean? And luckily, like I was saying before I got off topic, I was speaking so fast when we first got in here. No, and I feel like it's better.
Feel comfortable? That's how I was having.
I was Eminem in the final battle spitting, dude. It was crazy. A lot of people
come in and feel like it's at the end of the day, it's just a conversation.
I know. I felt like I wanted to speed run the podcast.
Yeah, no, let's relax. Let's just talk.
It's just a conversation between.
Nah, but yeah. So like I was saying, yeah. So my buddy's mom passed away, and we're at his mom's funeral. It was more like a celebration of life because it was like a party. Everyone was. We were partying, we weren't sad, no one was like sitting around like, we were celebrating her. Shout out Quinn, shout out Alicia. so we're celebrating her. My coach is there. He comes up to me, and then he says that to me, like, you know, we're just talking. He's like, "Oh, Elms is calling about you."
Were you 260 at this time?
I was 260, maybe more, 265.
Bradley Martin.
I was in bad shape, man. I was not. I don't think I ran or touched a basketball at that time.
Do you have pictures of you at this time?
I probably do.
I'm not even saying for right now, just after.
Okay. I'll show you some after. Yeah, it was. I was big, man. I didn't feel good either. Like, you know what I mean? Even walking around, I walk up the stairs and be like, like,
You were a full ass
fat, dude.
You were
I
a
was
factory worker.
Like, yeah, I was literally a working man. Like, that's what it. I would go home.
How much do you weigh now?
195 now. I lost a lot of weight.
75 pounds.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight. Yo, basketball is. I'm telling you, like, so like I was saying, Southall or Coach P met with my coach, I guess, at a game. They were watching like a player, or my high school coach was watching one of his buddy's sons play, and then Coach P was there to watch like the team play, you know, to recruit.
Yeah.
And this is like Enfield High School, and so he's I guess was talking to my coach. He was like, "Oh, what's Jake Midura doing nowadays?" And my coach was like, "I have no idea. Like, I haven't talked to him in like years because I didn't talk to him. Like, you know, no shade to Coach Menard. I love him, but it's like, what are you gonna talk to me? I feel guilty talking to you. Like, you had high expectations for me, and I'm sitting here working, growing pot at a dispensary, man. Like, you know, so yeah. So he meets up with Coach P, and Coach P was like, "Oh, what's he doing?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing." He's like, "Well, do you want to come play basketball at Elms?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I could ask him. Like, I'm gonna see him in a couple days or whatever." And so yeah, he meets with me at the thing. We talk. He's like, "Hey, the Elms want you to come back and play." I was like, "Play what?" And he's like, "Basketball." I was like, "Yeah, fucking right." So I thought he was joking with me, like, you know, like pulling my leg or whatever. Because I'm from Chicopee, and you know, Elms is in Chicopee. I'm like, "Oh, they want the hometown kid to come back and play," and then like making jokes with him. He's like, "No, I'm being dead serious." Like, they asked me, like, "I'm being dead serious. Do you want to come and play?" I was like, "Yeah, like, I'll think about it." Like, I was like, "I'm not really sure." I was like, "I'll call you in the morning if you're still serious. Like, if you're not like pulling a crazy joke on me." I was like, "I'll call you in the morning. We'll figure this out." So I call him in the morning. I'm like, "Were you being serious about that yesterday?" He was like, "About what?" I'm like, "The Elms thing." He's like, "Yeah, I could give you his number right now. They want to talk to you instantly." All right, so give me his number. So I call Coach P. We're talking to Coach P. Wakes me up at Southall. I'm talking to Southall. They're like, "Do you want to come in for a visit?" I was like, I kind of wanted to be like, "Oh, not really. I'll see you guys next year. Like, let me lose some weight before I come in." You guys are like, "Nah, like, this guy, he's out of here." So I tell him, I go in, I meet with him, and like I said, I was big, dude. I felt big. I felt fat. Like, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm not." I was like, "I weigh a lot right now." I was like, "I'm not gonna look like this when the summer ends or whatever. Like, I'm gonna try to get in better shape." And they're like, "Yeah, it's all good. Like, we know what you can do. Like, you know, they know I could shoot. They know I'm a good IQ basketball player." And so I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess like I'll come and play." They kind of convinced me. Like, I was like, "I don't know if I really want to do it. Like, I got a lot going on. I own a house with my brother and his fiance. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. Like, got bills. I got all this stuff." He's like, "No, I promise it will be worth it." So like, when they kept saying that, and like I said before, my brother passed away, I had that like unsettling feeling. So I was like, you know, like, maybe this is my chance to not feel like this anymore.
Have something like fulfillment.
Have something to work for, have some like purpose.
For sure.
And like, when you work in factories and jobs, like, I was making a decent amount of money working at that dispensary. But at the end of the day, I wasn't happy. Like, I'm allergic to weed. I'm allergic to plants. I'm 95% of things outside. That's why I play basketball. I'm not even joking. Like, if I go and roll in the grass, I'm gonna get hives and my face is gonna swell up. If I rub a leaf on, whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, but what is it in the plant that does that?
I have no idea.
Fucking chlorophyll, probably.
Yeah, probably that chlorophyll. Dude.
Probably that. What do you call it? Mitochondria.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Whatever it is, fucks me up. And I would go home.
We kind of skipped over the part. You said you own a house with your brother and his fiance, and you're what, 20? Like, that's to go from like not being able to afford to to go to college, work your ass off. Now you are at 25 and you like or you own a house with like your brother. Like, that's a very
and it was actually
it
was actually really cool how that all came to fruition too, because I was living with my mom, and my mom, we got it. Not evicted, but the bank was going to repossess our house when I was 18, so we had to like leave. So my mom got this small like trailer. It's a nice trailer, don't get me wrong, but she got a small trailer that we all had to move into. So it was me, my little sister, my little brother, and my mom. And my older brother had to like basically kick rocks and find. Like he had a girlfriend for a while, like his fiance now. So they moved in together. So that was like pretty cool. But I'm living in this trailer and I wasn't happy. Like me and my brother's bed were touching. Like our feet would touch at night sometimes. We were that close to each other. It was insane. Like, and we'd sit in that room all day. We'd play video games. It was just like, you know, you're in a small space and me and my brother developed a bad relationship because we're just on each other's ass all day. And so I was feeling unhappy. I never left the country until I was 20, 21. 20 or 21, yeah. I never left the country. The furthest I ever went for his basketball was like Virginia. And that was like whatever. So we go to Punta Cana. Well, actually, the first place I went was Tirana. Shout out Tirana. That was the first place I went. Like when I went out the country, it was me, my little brother, my older brother, and his fiance. Awesome. Like some of the best times. I still have videos and I laugh at them to this day because they're so funny.
How long ago was that?
2019, yeah, 2019, I think. It was awesome, dude. It was like, I'm telling you, it was some of the best.
You guys go to Raptors game? What'd you guys
I was gonna say that was the year the Raptors won, so like.
Well, it was in April, so the Raptors had already won. We were trying to go to a Blue Jays game, but we just decided not to. We did all that tour.
You could just go down to the city.
That's what we did. We went up to CN. I'm deathly afraid of heights, and we went up to CN Tower, and I'm sure you've been up to CN Tower.
I've never been. I'm definitely afraid of heights.
And it's a glass elevator, so you're just going up. You can see as you're going up. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm like running around. I'm telling my brother, he's like, dude, just relax. Like, you're going to regret if you don't do this. I was like, once we got to the top, I was like, damn, you're right. Like, this is awesome. And I was terrified.
It's always like that. It's always like the best things are.
But you know what's crazy? That was only for like 5 minutes, and the rest of the time, like the rest of the 30 minutes we were up there, I was like, yo, what if a big ass plane just hit this thing? Yo, what if a meteor hit this CN Tower as I'm up here right now? I'm like, I have no chance to save myself. I'm fucked. I kept telling my brother, I was like, we gotta go. He was like, why? I'm like, getting this unsettling feeling.
People like walk around the rim of the CN Tower.
I was gonna say, there's a death drop where like you have like a thing attached to you, you just lean over the edge. And
nah, man, I would have a heart attack. I would honestly.
I hate heights.
I walked over the glass part of the CN Tower where you can look down and see it, and I'm not even joking. I almost peed my pants. My little brother was like, "What are you so scared for?" I was like, "I'm not scared." And I'm like, couldn't walk. Like, you ever seen those videos of people where they're trying to walk over like the glass bridge and they're like, that was me. I was like, I'm not scared at all. My legs were shaking so much. But yeah, so that was dope. But then we went to Punta Cana the same year. My same crew. Same crew went to Punta Cana. It was fun with like 100 people from Chicopee. So I was like, imagine going on vacation with like 100 people you know. It's awesome. Like we basically had like a whole resort. Yeah, it was like all the people that I knew.
Who like organized that?
It was one of my friends. Her mom is a travel agent, and she does something like that every year. Not like that many people, but a lot of people always go to like a resort or something like that, whatever. And me and my brother and his fiance were talking, and we're talking about, I kept telling him, like, you know, I'm not feeling good at mom's place anymore. Like, this is not good for me. And like, we had some money from my great aunt. She had passed away. She had no kids. She gave us like a decent, like nothing crazy, but enough to like start a life. You know what I mean? So my brother was like, well, we could all just buy a house if you want. And I was like, yeah, that sounds crazy. I'm like, why do you want to?
Older brother was living with your fiance.
Yeah, they were living in a fucking shitty apartment in center of Chicopee, and had holes in the roof. Like, it was bad. It was a bad place. So he was like, yeah, I'm trying to get out too. So yeah, we all put our money together. We bought this house. We've owned it for 3 years now. Yeah, it's honestly awesome. We're gonna have it. It's cool because like when we got kicked out, we had nowhere to go. So we had to go to the trailer, which is small, doesn't fit everybody. Now me and my brother, we're gonna have this house forever. Like if anything with our family ever happens, you got a place to go. Yeah. If any of my friends, you know, ever you got somewhere to go. This is my house. Like no one's gonna kick you out.
That's like we got off topic.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to like point that out that like you kind of gloss over that, but that's like a extremely big mountain, like big thing to happen from going from.
Dude, trust me.
Like that's just amazing.
Bro, and it's crazy because
awesome.
I grew up. We weren't rich. I wasn't rich at all. Like my dad worked in a factory too. Like then he got laid off, and then my parents didn't have jobs for a while. So like to have like new money kind of stuff. Like now we have an investment property. We have a property. No one can take that house from us. I think we own over 60% of the house now, and that's in like 4 years.
In addition to the. Like the house you live in right now.
The house we live in now, we own most of it now. Yeah. So if we sold it, we'd get a lot of money back. But like now it's like it's a new money thing. It's build a portfolio of real estate, like where you make money, and like that's what we're hoping that will make us money forever. But
that's awesome. But I want to get back to the story about how.
So yeah,
you're 260 in that office with that.
Yeah, I know. In the classroom that we watch film in, I'm sitting in there with Southall and Coach P. Fucking like
they needed a bigger room.
They're like, I think I was sitting on 2 chairs at the time, but it was funny because I'm telling them, like, I'm not in the best shape. Like haven't been playing basketball. Like I haven't been doing almost anything. And he's like, oh, like you kind of tell, but they're being nice. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So yeah, like I said, it kind of gave me like another purpose. I was like, you know what, like fuck all this shit. Like I'm just working every day anyway. Like, money is nice to have, but even then I didn't have a lot of money. I had so much bills to pay. I had all this other stuff, and they kind of dragged me back in. And I mean, honestly, it's been great. Like,
so how quickly, like from that moment we had that meeting until the beginning of the season, what was the difference in weight?
I lost like 45 pounds before the season started.
That's insane.
Just from hooping?
Yeah, well, I started eating like a lot better. I used to eat like shit. Like I'd eat, you could put an ice cream sundae on a hot dog. I'd be like, that kind of looks good, dude. Fucking start eating it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like that's how I was eating so bad, and like it's disgusting bad. And I started eating just even now I still eat like rice and chicken, rice and ground beef. That's what I like. That's what I'm saying. That's I love Chipotle bowls, and I just make them in my house now.
Fucking shout out Chipotle bowls, bro.
Yeah, that's all I eat. That's literally all I eat, and that saved me, man. I was like shedding weight. And like crazy, just like
lifting, hooping.
Yeah, I wasn't even lifting. I was hooping. I was more like just running at the park with my friends. Like my boys would be like, "Hey, you want to come play ball?" And like before, I'd be like, "Nah, fuck that." I was like, "Yeah, I'd come play," and I'd go and play. And then you start seeing people that I used to know, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, you got fat," and I'd be like, "Oh fuck you." That's kind of started giving me like a good drive. They'd be like, "Oh, you got fat, bro," and I'd be like, damn, fuck you, dude. I'd still be busting their ass. I'm like fat, and I'm still like I would say that, and like men's leagues and everything. I started playing men's leagues and all that stuff, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're so out of shape now." And I'd be like, "I have 35 points, and I'm out of shape." Yeah, like this should say something about your basketball game. Like this is embarrassing. Like I'm out of shape, and I'm about to score 50. Like this is not good. Like so that's when I kind of like got like that drive because people like even now when I see people, they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I play basketball at Elms College." They're like, "What? Aren't you like 30?" And I'm like. Yeah,
people don't. But that's the thing is like you can't get like everyone's on their own path.
That's right? Gary V. Gary V. said that when I was coming like right before I started coming out, he said that he was like everyone. You guys know who Gary V. is? Yeah. He said.
That's idol.
Really?
a bit of a
Gary V's kind of he's a legend, dude. But he said that. Yeah, everyone's on their own timeline. I was like, you know what? That's so fucking true because I always thought like high school, college. Fucking I wanted to go overseas like since I was a little kid because I knew I was gonna make the NBA. I knew I wasn't gonna be 7 foot tall or 6'7". So like overseas, it's very plausible.
7'4",
yeah, it's like very plausible overseas. So I always wanted to do that. And but yeah, like I was saying, like people would kept coming up to me and saying stuff like you gained some weight, like, and it's like funny. It's like. I don't know, they're kind of saying like it's a compliment. Like, it looks like you really gained some weight. It's like, yeah, fuck you, I'm sad. Asshole, fucking snack you. But yeah, so like
this is the most I've laughed at episode by far. I think.
Yeah, that's kind of what drove me though, because like people kept saying that, and like kids, like Adam on our team used to go to my high school games with his dad, and I still see his dad sometimes, and he'll talk to me like, "Yo, man, like we used to love watching you play all this," and that made me feel like sad inside. I'm like, damn, all those like. Even when I started playing with Adam, it was such like a full circle because I was like, last year he knew I was in horrible shape, and I felt like he was like, damn, I used to watch this dude bust ass in high school, and now I'm busting his ass in practice. But yeah,
did you say like you coached him at a?
Yeah, I used to. I mean, I probably coached him more than once. I used to do there's a Chicopee basketball camp every year that the coaches put on, and I would go there after like a couple years after high school. I would, but all of high school I was always there because I like playing basketball, and like if there was a gym I could get in just play around for a little bit. It was fun. Whatever. Yeah, I used to coach Adam. It was mad funny. He was before he was big Adam. He had glasses, I'm pretty sure, like little goggle glasses.
I can see Adam right now playing with those.
I wish he would. It'd be so funny, honestly.
That fits his like.
It would make his game. I feel like he would be automatically better. Like he would go into teams.
Not many people would benefit from playing with glasses.
Teams would fear him.
Not many people would benefit.
One of them is Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ian definitely needs those glasses.
Goggles on Ian would be funny because he gets buckets. So they'd just be mad. They'd be like, this Goggle motherfucker. This dude's about to go swim in a pool and he has 30 right now. Like,
Okay, I do want to get back. So we've asked everybody this question so far, and I think your answer is going to be quite interesting. What is your why? And I think it might be hard because you might have to have like multiple at this point.
Your why is like
why I do
Like
it.
so, like when it's 6
dude, it's fucking. It's a Friday. You have no class today, but we got practice today.
What makes you get out of
You're
bed?
25. Now, what makes you get out
I
of bed
guess that's
to
a
keep
good.
playing and to
That
keep
is a
pushing
good
forward?
question because I don't know. There's not a lot that really like. I guess I played basketball, like I said, since I was a little kid, and I used to sit in my driveway 4 or 5 hours till it got dark, and like work on just stupid things. Like I love Larry Bird; that's one of my favorite players. Like, but not just because like he's good, because the way he plays, like he's all around. He shoots, and like just the way he plays the game is so fun to watch. So like I would try to emulate Larry Bird. My dad had VHSs, right? So like I would play and give my all in basketball, and I never. Like it's instant gratification in basketball. Once you really work hard, it's not instant gratification, but if you work hard enough and then you go play in a game and you start scoring and doing things, you're like, yeah, this is why I'm working. So they want you to keep going and keep going.
Sure.
So I never had anything like that. So I guess like the reason I still do it is because basketball still gives me that feeling. Like, and then, some of the shit I've been through with my dad, like my brother, like my dad can't be at the games anymore to coach me. So like, I still play for him. Like I still play like he's in the stands. My little brother he doesn't have an opportunity now to do something else with his life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I play for that. Like that's why I still play, is because when I wake up, I'm like, well, I could sit in my bed for, another hour. I could go to work 10 hours and make whatever, a couple $100. But why, like that doesn't drive me for anything. Yeah. It's that fact that like my little brother used to go to all my games. Like my dad was at all my games. My family, like even when I play now, my family watches all the games on stream. Yeah. Family parties I'm missing, they got the game up on TV. Like that's why I play. Like honestly, I can't tell you an exact reason of like why, but like that feeling that you get from playing basketball, like especially like I said, once the games start and like that feeling is unmatched. It's like even if you're not playing, just the energy of basketball is insane. Like I don't know, I never felt like anything, and I've done a lot of shit in my life, and I've never felt that. It's like it's better than any drug, anybody can say anything they want, whatever. Basketball is not. It's the best feeling possible.
The way I kind of explain it is like we're out here 6 days a week. Sometimes, I'd say probably 13 out of 14 days, not even 6 days a week. We're practicing 2 hours. We come in half an hour before film. If I come half an hour before film, then I need to come half an hour before treatment. That's 3 hours.
Trust.
And we're all doing that, but we're going to war versus another team that's actively trying to have the same goal. And like that energy that is contagious, and that is like we're going to war. Like, you know what I mean? With the brothers who you.
That's what I was about to say. Like that's one thing I miss too. Like when you're working, you're just working for yourself. Like at a job. Yeah. You have a good team around you. Like when I worked at that place, good team. My little brother worked. It was good place to be there, but it didn't feel like it's different when you're suffering, when you're running every day, and you're like everyone's doing the heat, the 5 and 5, the heat. Everyone's breathing. I'm about to puke.
You still haven't made that shit.
I'll never make it. I don't know what he thinks. I did better this year, but I'm going to be 26, 27 next year. I'm not going to be able to run no 5 and 5. Like, geez, man, give me one of those wind bikes, dude, or something. I'll do that. But yeah, no, it's that's the thing I miss the most about basketball was that camaraderie, like the brother, like Chevy's still like my best friend. We played high school basketball together. I got some other friends, my friend boy Dario, like he's one of my high school point guards. He's still one of my good friends. Like that brotherhood that you create with basketball, and then when you go out and, like you said, when you go out to battle another team
with your brothers.
Oh my God, it's really like. I mean, people say it all the time, but I always feel like once we go, especially away, it's us versus the world. Like I said that when we played Albertus, it's us versus the world. It's us it's us. Like there's nothing else that matters besides the 20 guys in this huddle right now. Sure. And then that, I love away games. I honestly play worse at home and I play better away because I love the crowd. I love just the feeling of people like hate you. And you get to be like,
That's psychotic.
Yeah, I love it. I love, like, bro, you're going to hear people talk mad shit to me. They're like, I don't know if I have a bald spot, but maybe my hair's growing back. People kept saying I got like a bald spot last year, right? I was getting me so mad. I could hear it on the film. I'm like, oh, next time I go to a wake, I'm going to kill. And I think we played Riviera, which is one of It's not really a good team in our conference, but I had like 25, and I was like, if anyone says anything about my bald spot, I'm gonna drop 70 points. Like, and I just had like that mentality going in. I was like, I just want someone to say something bad, and that's really.
Dare they fucking?
Or maybe that's my why is when people talk shit, because as soon as someone says something, my switch is flipped, and I'm gone. Like, I can't even think. I just see basketball. Like, I see orange. I just want the basketball. I'm like, give me the ball. I'm gonna kill this guy. Like, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, another thing we talked about in the last podcast, and this is also going to be interesting, is he right now is struggling with playing unconscious, and you seem like when you get on the court, you don't see anything. You obviously see the crowd, but like you just don't care. And it's like, I'm wondering if maybe that's just a symptom of all the other shit you went through, and now it's like basketball is like a little side thing.
Yeah,
it's like you had real world problems.
Basketball has always been like therapeutic to me. Like and when I was a kid, like, if I had problems in school, I had problems. You know, I was a kid. I fucked around in school a lot. Like, I like to make kids laugh. I like to make the teachers mad to a certain extent. So like, I would always get in trouble, and if I always was getting in trouble a lot, and like, you know, my dad was tough, so he would yell, you know, and I'd get upset, and I'd just go play basketball, and I would work everything out. Like, I would get through everything. I would exhaust myself, and I'm like, really ain't that bad, you know. And that's how basketball is now for me. Like, it's just it's not. I play bad and I get upset, like, you know, just like everyone else. When you play bad, you get upset. Like, in the game too, I'm prone to that. I can't help it. But like, unconscious, like you said, yeah, it's because once I get in there, this is the best part of my life. Like, I don't get to go home and go ride on a yacht or something, like, or do something crazy. Like, I'm going home, I'm sitting on my couch and watching film, or watching other podcasts, like doing stuff like that. Like, so when I play basketball, it's like I know it's not even unconscious. It's just I'm so into basketball, like I don't even know how to explain that because it's hard. Like, it's like a mode. You know what I mean? It's like literally, it's like, oh, now it's
Midura basketball mode activated.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, bro. Put a little sign on my head. Bing. But that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like it's just so therapeutic that, like, especially once you're playing. Like yesterday, I've been getting worked up in practice. I know how I can play, and now that I'm in like better shape, I want more out of myself. Like, especially last year. Last year I was like, oh, I'm still like a little fat. My knees hurt. Like, I'm not playing. Now I feel good this year. Like, I have no
dunking and warm-ups and shit?
Yeah, I have no ailments this year. Like, I feel good. I feel ready. I broke my wrist before the season last year, playing in a men's league, like, punched something, like, just being stupid. Broke my wrist right, like, 3 months before the season, and I played through the whole season. My wrist was still like a little fucked up, but whatever. Like you're saying, like, it's just. Unconscious is not even the word, because it's more of like I'm getting therapy from playing basketball. Like, battling with guys, even like in games, like I talk the most shit on the team. I don't care what anyone.
You said versus Springfield, you said I've said this like to so many, like, you're in the corner. We can bleep this shit out.
We might have to.
You look at me and you're like, they don't know about this wet little, and then you just catch it shooting it in three.
I know, I said they don't know about this little baby. And I got the fun in it, and I was crying. And I don't think I even hit it. I just shot it. But I'm telling you though, and that's not even to be funny. That's like, my head is fucked up. It really is. Like, in the game, I say fucked up shit. Yeah, I was pushing that one big kid from Springfield on the back, and he looks at me. He's like, looking at the ref. I'm like, stop your crying. I was like, you big little baby. And I'm like, I sound like a little kid talking like to this kid. But I was like, in my head, I'm like, this kid's crying right now. Why? Like, don't get me in trouble. Like, I feel like I just feel like a sicko sometimes, and I don't know. But that's why I love basketball, because
Use your outlet.
Dude, I'm very, like, I'm mostly calm. Like, 99% of my life, I honestly don't even like talking that much. I hate confrontation. I hate all that shit. But once I play basketball, it's like, dude, you might as well just. I must took my costume off and I'm a whole different person. Like, my high school coach used to say, like, you look goofy until you put a basketball in your hand and you look like a normal person. He used to always say that to me. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, because that's the only time I feel like a normal person. Like, the rest of life you walk around, you know, whatever, like, stuff sucks, life sucks. Then you play basketball, it's like, everything's awesome. This is the best time of my life. Like, I'm running around and this kid's trying to guard me. Yeah, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fun. Like, it's like I said, the instant gratification with basketball. The more you work, then, like, now I'm older. Yeah, and even it feels good because I don't train like I used to when I was a kid. Like, but all that training still pays off to this day.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean? All those thousands of hours I played basketball in my driveway took millions of shots probably. Like, I would shoot 10,000 shots a day sometimes. Like, I was just addicted to basketball, just shooting and shooting and shooting, fucking scoring. And shout out my older brother too, because my older brother is 6'5", he's an inch taller than me, he's a big dude, and he played post his whole life, post big man. I couldn't go inside against him. That's why I got so good at shooting, because he would foul me, punch me in the nose, like I'd be all messed up. But then like one, I was like, I'm just gonna shoot over this guy, and I would just start shooting. I started to play like a guard, and my dad was like, yeah, maybe I should have did that with my other son. My brother's big. Like if he played guard, he can shoot too. My brother can shoot the lights out. If he played guard, he probably would have played basketball somewhere too. But he played center, so he's like not going nowhere. My dad was like, yeah, maybe we'll make Jake a guard, and I was like dribbling and shit. But yeah, it was my brother. Dude, my brother really helped me with that, and like that's what I'm like. Even now, that stuff, I still look at that stuff like. I play up against a bigger guy. I'm not nervous. I'm like, I know how to score on a bigger guy. Like, and I'm used to getting punched and hit. Like, I'm not shy of contact. You know what I mean? But
like a common theme I'm starting to notice is like the guys who are really, really good at the game, they don't see it as a job, and you definitely fall into that category. Where it's like if you let it become a job, then it just.
I hate when my thing I used to hate in AAU too. My coach would always go, "We got a job to do." Like we'd be in the hotels, "We got a job to do." Motherfucker, I'm playing a game. Like, you're not paying me. Are you paying me? Like, no, you paid for. I mean, I guess maybe they were paying for things because I wasn't there. I played AAU basketball for free. I never paid a dime. So I guess they were paying me in some aspect. You got a job to do. I'd be like, fuck that, dude. I'm playing a basketball game tomorrow. It's a game for a reason. It's not like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's a game. Like, at the end of the day, it really is a game. And if you're not getting any enjoyment out of playing the game, then you shouldn't be playing. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. Like, I've only had a few times in my basketball career where I then didn't feel like happy playing. And that's some AAU games where you're sitting on the bench, you just drove 6 hours to go to a tournament and you don't play for the whole tournament. That would suck, I'd be like, damn, I could have played back home and played the whole game and averaged 50 a game, like 50 a game in AAU. Like sometimes I would go play back with Dream Elite, which was our team around here. That'd be so much fun. You'd play with all the kids you go to high school with, all the kids around, and we'd win. I'd have like 25 points a game. It'd be fun. Like I'd be playing. But I knew, like, playing for BABC and, like, those guys, you get really good looks. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. Basketball never felt like a job to me.
So now, like, obviously, in awesome shape, playing college basketball, but, like, you're still in the same position before, as in you still have to, you have bills to pay, you have to support yourself. How do you, like, balance all of that? And, like, obviously you still have to support yourself. You still have to make payments towards the house. You still have to buy your own groceries. Like you're a grown ass man. Like how do you support groceries? Now you just added a second kind of like a third like.
It's tough with the life stuff in basketball because like right now I'm not struggling, but I'm making ends meet. Like you know what I mean. I'm just paying bills and I'm just getting by, and it sucks. But Coach P always says to me too, like he always messes with me. He likes messing with me. I'm the old guy or whatever. But he's like. You're going to work the rest of your life. He's like, this is 3-4 years out of your life. He's like, you're going to work the next 45 years. He's like, you're going to be fine. Like, I'm going to school. I'm going here for computer science. You know what I mean? Computer information technology. Like, I'm going to be all right when I get out. Like, I'm not going to be working at factories anymore. Like, I'll be working a good job. And he's like, you're going to work the rest of your life. And like that, it makes all that worth it. It's not. There's no balance. No one can balance anything. I believe that if you have something if you're all together, then there's something wrong with you. You have like a serious disease. And that's an honest thing. Like no one can have it all together. Mm-hmm. So like it's not balancing. It's just getting through it now. Like I'm
one day at a time.
Like, one day. Like
how am I gonna get my work in? How am I gonna get my class work in? How am I gonna get my
I'm gonna go after practice. I'll probably go do some Instacart and make like $40-$50 just to put like. Some gas to have a little extra money if I want to go do something like you know what I mean. And I work a lot still. Like I work at a restaurant, all this other stuff. But there's no balance in it. It's more of what's that thing called like the scale, the one that's like
teeter-totter.
I don't know, whatever you call like teeter-totter is perfect. It's like all my work stuff is weighing down, but then once I get onto basketball and like school. Kind of pushes it back up, and sometimes school and basketball gets a little too hard, and I'm like, oh, like the work, I got to work. So then that kind of balance. It's kind of like that. Like one gets a little heavy, and then I'm like, well, I got the other one to lean on. Like when I'm having bad days in school or bad days in basketball, I go to work, and it's the same kind of thing. Like I just I just go. I just don't even think about anything. I just go. I'm like, I'm making some money. Like, all my other problems don't really matter right now. Like, for the next 6 hours, nothing matters because I'm just going to be here anyway. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about, like, basketball. Like, when I'm having a tough time in life and work and all that, I get to play basketball for 2 hours and nothing matters. Not anything. Like, not even, I mean, stuff still matters. But to me, at that time, like, you can't reach me. You can't, there's no getting to me. Like, I'm locked in for 2 hours. That's just, I don't know. It's kind of like I said, there's no balance. So it's like, kind of just got to find your goods and the bads. You know?
Day by day.
So after this, you don't plan on playing pro after this now, or do you?
If someone wants to give me a pro contract, I'd play pro basketball,
Okay.
yeah. But I'd still need to get into better shape and train a little more. It's just tough with if I didn't have bills, I would train, I'd be like Kobe. You know, I'd train every day. I'd be in the gym every day at 4 a.m. Like, it's hard because you got to work. Like, like I said, I'm going to work a little bit after this, try to get some hours maybe at the store if I could. Whatever, like, stuff like that. So it's tough when you're working till like 11 o'clock, then you're like, I'm tired. Like, I practiced today, like, worked, went to school, I'm tired. I can't, like, if I didn't have to work, I'd be insane. I probably would have more of that dream of going pro. But it's also just, I don't know, I don't think it's out of, like, the realm of possibility, but
Well, clearly nothing's out of the realm.
yeah, just trust me. I thought a lot of stuff was impossible, and then I made a 3-pointer last year. I shot a 3 and it went in, and from the whole crowd was like, yeah! It was funny, because remember when you went to Albertus and you threw it off the top of the backboard and you were mad or whatever?
Hell yeah.
Bro, I did my first shot at Elms last year. I'm pretty sure hit the top corner of the backboard. I thought the ball was gonna pop. I looked around, I was like, damn. And people I knew were there, like my whole family, and like last time they seen me play, I was dominating. Like, you know, it wasn't like, I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. But then when I find the stuff, like, I don't know, it's just finding the silver lining and things like that, where it's like, you know, I wasn't supposed to play college basketball again. Like, I thought that was over. So even just the fact that I got to shoot a 3 and hit the top of the fucking backboard, I got to do it. Not a lot of people get to look back and be like, you know, I have friends that, you know, fucked up their knees and, you know, they can't play. They literally can't play. Like, I know people that can't play basketball anymore, or people that wish I have a friend who wishes he was good enough to even play high school basketball. Like, and he's not bad. He's like 6'3". He's one of my best friends, and he's not a bad basketball player. He's just uncoordinated and goofy. And he always tells me, oh, I wish I could just, you know what it feels like. And I'm like, and then that's like the stuff. Like, I'm like, well, yeah, I'm lucky, like, to get to play this game again, to get to meet. It's cool being the old guy too, because I get to see, like, you guys, like the young guys, and it's like, I don't know, like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it makes you feel old, but it's like, I don't even know the word for it. It's like nostalgia. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nostalgic watching, like, the guys go through the same things that I was going through when I was 18, 19. Like, everyone still struggles. You know, I know you probably struggle with outside of basketball stuff, all that. Like, it's cool to see guys and then still come in the gym and work. Because that's what I felt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even now, like you said, what's my why to get up? It's because it sucks not working for something, towards something. Like,
100%.
and basketball is one thing where it's a linear path. The more you work, it pays off. Like, every day in practice, the better we get, it's going to pay off at the end. We get to play Albertus, you know, again. We lost by 50 in that scrimmage. We get to play them again. And who knows? We can play them in 6-7 weeks or whenever it is. Who knows what's going to happen? We could fucking upset them. We're the last team in the GNAC right now. We could upset the best team in the GNAC. I believe it. We're different. We're different this year, man. I'm telling you, last year was tough.
I've been saying that. I was watching you guys in the scrimmage against Springfield, and I was saying there's good energy in the gym.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like you guys are well put together.
Other
Yeah.
practices, like, energy better this year than it was last year?
Dude, we had no energy last year. None. Zero. And it's I don't know if it's to say, like it was us, like the guys, but I mean, we didn't, like, TC is still around. TC's a good leader. Like, he always,
100%.
he leads by example.
He's a very
Like,
good leader.
TC's not really a big talker, but he leads by example. And that's one thing, like, he's also one of the guys that really makes me happy to play at Elms, because he leads by example, and he's just a real guy. Like, he does stuff outside of school and still hoops, and, like, just a real guy. So, like, playing with guys like that is kind of just, I don't know, it's like rewarding. Like, to play with all you guys is rewarding. To go to compete and get mad at each other in practice is not, like, you can't just go play at the park. You play at the park and people start getting mad, someone's gonna get shot up or beat the fuck up. And I've been in that situation, like, you know, and it's fun to, like, go to war even in practice because then you know you're ready for or go to battle in practice because you know you're ready for the war in the game. You know what I mean? I don't know. That stuff is like can't even explain it. Like it's just that the feeling of basketball is insane.
So I want to ask you. We have 2 last questions, I think. So first, I want to ask you is.
I can't freestyle.
No.
All right, I was hoping you were.
We've been freestyling the whole time, I thought.
Yeah, we've been freestyling the whole time in this. But
My arms are sweaty.
it's what's one piece of advice you would give to your younger self? I feel like you
Definitely
out
have
of anybody that we've interviewed so far have the most kind of like
one of the craziest stories.
Crazy stories, turbulent path, and just like would have a really strong.
I might have
piece
bounced
of
it.
advice.
I don't know. You guys might have to splice this podcast together into like linear order because I might have bounced around through my whole life. Need a chronological timeline of what's going on. But advice to my younger self. I don't know, because if I'm being honest, I would tell myself to just lock in. Like, I let the external factors of being a basketball player, like the partying, all this other stuff. Like, I partied in high school and I did stuff I shouldn't have done. Like, in hindsight, I would go back and I would get better grades and I would just stay out the mix. I would just be like I am now in life, where I'm outside of all that stuff now. Like, I still hang out with my brother. We'll do stuff, but I don't party. I don't go out. I just work and play basketball now. Like, that's what I wish I did in high school. Just focused on stuff. Like, honestly, fuck advice to my younger self. If there's kids out there now listening to this, just focus. It's 4 or 5 years, 8 years of focusing for school and basketball. You're going to be in a different tax bracket.
Set up for life.
Yeah, you're good. And basketball teaches more lessons than just playing basketball.
Okay, and the last question
new segment that we're at.
New segment. We're gonna do this with you too, but Jaden left a question for the next guest, and we want you to leave a question for the next guest, and we're just gonna keep doing this.
Even though you're not gonna know who the next guest is, and we don't even know who it is right now. It's just like, so Jaden didn't know who it was. He asked a question that you're gonna answer, and you're gonna leave a question for the next guest
afterwards. But yeah, this is the question. He said, "How would you mentally prepare yourself to always stay ready, regardless of playing time before a big game?"
Like, how would I, or
yes, how would you?
I mean, honestly, I don't even think about the game like the whole day. I never think about like who we're playing. I look at, like, sometimes I'll look at like the film from like coach always sends film out, so I'll watch the film, but I never ever think about who we're going to play. I just go about my day normally, and then once we're going to the game, or the game, like hour and a half, that's when I start preparing. I don't listen to loud music. I don't listen to like dreams and nightmares, like those kind of, like, I don't. It's not that I don't like those. It's just when I'm playing basketball, I like slow, I like Frank Ocean, like the Weeknd, like songs that just like the old Weeknd, like House of Balloons. I don't know if you guys even know what that is.
I mean, he's Canadian, but I don't.
Dude, look up House of Balloons and listen to that before the whole album before the game. Dude, you're just in a different. Your body just feels like you're floating. It just, you don't feel stressed. You don't feel hyped up. There's no like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do, like, you're just like, I'm ready to play. Like, this is game time. Like, you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I don't really have. That's my thing. I guess I just listen to slow music and I sit and I just think. I don't even think about the game. I think, hey, maybe it'd be cool if I had a nice step back three. Like, that'd be cool. Like, I visualize things I want to do in the game, or like, what I want, but I never think about the game. Like, oh, this is a tough team. Like, we got to play this way, and this has to be this. Like, never think like that. I just exist in the game. Like, I exist before the game, because there's no. I feel like the more you work yourself up, the worse you either play. Sometimes some people that helps, but I always feel like I work myself up, like listening to hype music, getting hype. I play like shit. I play like it's not me. Like, I go out there, I'm trying to do things I can't do. I'm shooting shots I never shoot. So, like, I don't know. I listen just real. I like to get in that zone, like the slow, where I feel like the world's moving faster than I'm moving. That's what I like to feel. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's going a million miles a minute, and I'm walking nice, slow, like lean back, nice pace. That's how I like to feel. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
But
that's all we got.
Thank you for coming on, my brother.
Yeah, my bad. It was a little erratic. I feel.
No, that was a good. I heavily enjoyed
my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.